It's time to talk about one of the grittiest movie heroes of all time. A loner who must survive a desolate landscape. Mad Max. No, not him. The other Mad Max. Mad Max Grabowski.
2 packs of Marlboros, some snowballs, and a jumbo Coke.
From a little movie called Bushwhacked. An almost cult classic. Bushwhacked is one of those movies that you either grew up loving or hating. As I'll be the first to admit, it's not a movie for everyone.
Take your lizard, let it drain! Move your hips and spell your name!
Released in 1995, this movie was supposedly conceived as a spin-off to Home Alone that would have had Daniel Stern reprising his role as Marv. Apparently, this concept was scrapped shortly before filming began, hence why Max Grabowski is very Marv-like in his behavior and appearance.
I don't think that's a pine cone.
Oh, mother!
I'm not sure if this is completely accurate or not, as I really couldn't find any substantial evidence to back it up. Although this movie was released by the same studio as Home Alone, 20th Century Fox. The plot is pretty simple. Daniel Stern plays Max Grabowski, a delivery driver who was framed for murder. In an attempt to clear his name, Max heads to Devil's Peak, a mountain town.
Police have released photos of Grabowski. If you see this man, please contact local authorities immediately. He is
I'm looking for a place called Devil's Peak.
It's there he ends up stealing the Jeep of Scoutmaster Jack Erickson, played wonderfully by Brad Sullivan.
I am an inconsiderate person? Hey, Sergeant Doofus, did you paste that note to my window?
That's right, Cupcake.
Max is then mistaken for this legendary Scoutmaster, nicknamed Spider, as the guide for a troop of local Boy Scouts on a camping expedition.
Spider!
What?
How come your nickname's Spider?
Because I once killed a kid who called me Spider. One time too many!
And Max then has no other choice than to lead this group of scouts into the forest for an overnight camping trip.
You're not gonna leave that on the trail, are you?
You're right. I gotta cover my tracks.
And of course, most of the comedy in this movie comes from Max's incompetence with nature and survival.
It's Winnie the Pooh! Hey, hey, boo-boo. No collar. Must be a stray.
Spider, I don't think that's a good idea.
He's sucking my thumb! Ow! Ow!
As well as his attempts to educate the troop on life's big issues.
Oh, that's it! Oh, yeah! Oh, that's how Daddy likes it! Then, the man has a cigarette, watches a little Leno, and goes to sleep. Any questions?
While all that is going on, we also get treated to the misadventures of the real Scoutmaster and an FBI agent.
Little tougher than the Stairmaster, eh, G-Man?
Played by who else but John Polito, as they pursue Max. One of my favorite scenes is when Max and the Scouts have a close run-in with the Scoutmaster and FBI agent.
A little spritz of cool, clean mountain rain.
Eat your veggies! Eat your starches! Lean back, boys! Woo!
Hey, don't move!
Hey, Spider, we just pissed on some guy's head.
Now, the Boy Scouts in this movie feel like your standard 90s movie kids. There's a chubby kid, the lone girl who is more skilled than the boys, and even the brainy kid.
It says in the manual, whenever you're kept surrounded by green wood, always use pine cones to start your fire.
If the manual told you to stick your wiener in a light socket, would you do it?
Bushwhacked was a critical and commercial flop, coming in at number 10 its opening weekend, failing to even overtake Operation Dumbo Drop in its second weekend. It later found moderate success after it was discovered on home video though, which is odd because the VHS cover art is pretty bad, while the theatrical release poster was a lot more original and adventurous. This isn't a perfect movie, and I'll be the first to admit that. Rewatching it for this review, I was actually surprised by how parts of it don't hold up. That being said, it's still a fun movie to watch, mainly due to Daniel Stern. I really wish he had gotten more chances to headline comedy movies. Between movies like Home Alone and City Slickers or Celtic Pride, he seemed to get typecast playing the best friend of the main character. But he easily carries this film, and the parts that do hold up are the scenes with him in them.
Would you move your wrinkled asses? I'm in a hurry here!
I'm gonna run you over!
I also miss how kids' movies weren't afraid to be a little adult in their humor. I guess that put some people off of this movie, but it was exactly why I loved it as a kid. If you like other silly 90s comedies like Little Giants or Houseguest, then Bushwhacked is probably for you. If you haven't seen it in a while, then round up some friends, give it a watch, and feel like you're a kid again.
Guys? Guys?
Oh, very funny!